Happy Friday! Good to see you. Okay, so today we are going to be making super fun little cat crafts. I love everything cat themed. Of course I do. Alright, I love everything. I just love life. Life just makes me happy. Alright, sorry if you can see all my dust on my surface here. Okay, so these are all the fun things you're going to get in your craft. Alright, so the card base is white, which is like, why it's kind of hard to see. It's actually this speckled paper, which I really like, and then the envelope this time is a matching paper envelope, which is cool. Okay, so let's get started. So the paper you're going to get in your packet that I love so much is this one that has the little windows, the little plants hanging. So cute. Some of your papers have a little cat sitting in the window, and if you don't have a cat sitting in the window, that's what these tiny little adorable cat die cuts are for. I will show you what they look like. So cute and itty bitty. Oh my gosh. And they're all kind of doing something different. They're all like they're little different kind of shapes and stuff. Some of them are like looking back like at each other. They have like some personality. Anyways, it's really cute. So you can take your little bit of glue. I always like to use my Deluxe adhesive personally. And you can add little cats in your window if you are missing cats. You don't have a cat in the window and you want one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. All right, so now we're going to head to the inside of we're actually going to layer here. So I wanted to layer this on here under this blue because I felt like that really kind of tied it in and kind of give it nice contrast. So I'm going to apply some glue to the back of my paper there. We're going to glue that down, and then I'm going to go ahead and you have a little sentiment in there that says thinking of you. Yay! And I want to wrap that around the front. And I like to do this little chevron kind of a thing because I like the way that looks, where you kind of cut in from the top and bottom there. Oops. I'm a little excited about that. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Alright, so kind of like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and wrap that around here. Alright. Okay, so I'm also going to use a pop dot, so that's going to give it some dimension here. I'll make sure to pop that in your kit too. Okay. So I'm putting dimension on the back side of that little sentiment flag kind of thing there, and that's going to go on the front, and then this is going to wrap around to the back side. Okay, so you get this. Right, like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue that down, and then I'm going to put glue across this whole thing and mount that on the front of my card. Okay, so we could stop there, but of course we're not going to. We've got to make it fun. So on the inside, this is where we make it exciting. So we got this little piece of gray paper here. These are the shelves. Sorry, I'll do that slower. Gray paper. Okay, these are the shelves, and so I'm going to cut them all different sizes. You can kind of do whatever you'd like here. So on the inside of the card, I'm going to go ahead and lay my shelves down. I'm going to do it there. I'm going to do a little one over here. I wanted this to kind of be like maybe like kitchen shelves, or maybe like in your like a living room or something. That's kind of my thought maybe. And I'm actually going to take a pen and draw just a quick line right down the center there. That was really, aha! Oh, my Slicky pen, which is it's really nice fine line black pen. I just want like a quick little line just because I wanted to give like a separation between my two rooms. Oh, and my line was squiggly. Whenever I get a squiggle line, I just do a couple, 2 or 3 lines in a row, so it makes it look like, oh, I did that on purpose. Oh, look at my cool textured wall here. That's what I say. Let me do that. All right. Okay, so we have our wall. If you look closely, it's not perfect. And you know what? That's okay. That's all right. Sometimes my lines aren't perfect, but it kind of gives just separation. Like maybe there's a, wall here from like maybe the living room to the dining room or something like that. Okay. And a couple more here. And I'm going to add one more right here. All right. So now we have some shelving. Okay, so now it's time to decorate the shelving because it's really basic. So we have the outside, thinking of you, and then inside. Okay, so of course we're going to put the cats on the shelves, obviously. But so don't glue the cats onto the shelves yet. You're going to want to kind of arrange them in kind of a fun fashion here. Sorry, I got to put the center out of this. I'm going to hit it with my scissors. Okay, so you can kind of decide kind of how you want to create your little scene here. Maybe you want to have all the cats on all the shelves. How cute. Of course, I love that idea. Absolutely. Aw, we have these little fighting cats. So cute. This guy up here. He's arguing. They're hissing. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to have, but now we have these little pieces of paper here. So you have two green and two kind of brown kind of colors. They're kind of different from each other. So what you're going to do is we're going to make little plants and planters. I'm going to cut them any size you want. Not this big piece here. That's for the next project. Oh, I have some laying kitties. I want some laying kitties. So you can make your planters just like this if you'd like. I'm going to kind of make them just a little bit tapered. Of course, you have to put a plant near the cats because the cats are going to knock it over. I mean, you probably think like, oh, keep the plants away from the cats. No. Put it right next to them. All right, I'm going to do the same thing with this. Making a series of plants here. We're going to put one right on the edge. Living on the edge with the cats. Alright, so once you kind of decide how many plants you want to have. Alright, so now we're going to make some plant toppers. So your bottom is going to stay flat for your little plants, and then your top piece you can kind of cut at maybe like a cactus kind of a shape. Or kind of a spiky plant kind of a shape. You can kind of decide what kind of plants you want to make. But if you leave your top or one side of it flat, then you can easily glue it in. And you can kind of make it a little bit more tapered because your pot might be a little bit tapered. So you have space to kind of glue it in. And I like to kind of bend these a little bit so that they're like a little wild. And then you can kind of use your scissors, depending how long you've left your plant toppers, and kind of curl them a little bit, the edges. We'll kind of see if I can do that here. Not so sure I can, that's okay. I'm going to glue this little guy inside. Alright. Now it's not the most beautiful plant in the world, but guess what? Plants aren't perfect. So you can make a series of little plants that look maybe kind of like that. Kind of goofy. Doesn't have to be perfect. And you can make a series of different ones. If you have little die cut leaf or little die cut plants, now is a great opportunity to use those. You can also do kind of like some little squiggly lines and then kind of cut them out so they're a little bit more skinny. So you can do some kind of like climbing, let's call them climbing plants. You can kind of take your time and be as creative as you would like. That's kind of the benefit of doing paper crafts, is that you can kind of manipulate them. And sometimes I'll look up ideas and like, oh, how to make like cute little quick paper plants, or how to make like little paper succulents, or cute little ideas like that. If I'm looking for like ideas, if I need something that I want to be easy, I can look and get inspired by what other people maybe have done. Sometimes that's a great way to start, is you're like, oh yeah, I could do that. Or I'm like, oh, I don't really have that, thing laying around, but I have this, or if you're like, oh, I can't draw that shape, but I can cut that shape out, then that way you can kind of create a cool looking plant. Just a matter of moments. Now I'm just using, this is a nice, also great way to use little scraps, but I just cut these little pieces, and they're just these little scraps that are just kind of cut like at this, kind of a skinny angle, kind of like that, so they're kind of pointy. And then I put a series of them, quote unquote, into the pot, but I actually just glued them onto the back side, and look at a cute little pot. Look how quick and easy, or a little plant. Look how cute and easy that is. Aw, so fun. All right, so we're kind of building this kind of little scene here. Isn't it adorable? It's just so sweet how cute that's coming along. And so you can use some dark plants and some light plants. I'm gonna kind of, and then you can, like I said, you can make some that maybe kind of resemble like cacti, which I'm totally gonna do next. Okay. I know, it's like the most annoying part, like watching just like cutting, because you're like, what is she cutting out? What is she doing? I'm just cutting little pointies so I can glue them in my other little plants here. So, because I didn't want all of my greens to be exactly the same, because how boring and awkward is that? Oops. Didn't think I needed glue on that one, but I did. Okay, and you can use like your inking tools to like ink up, an inking tool is just like a sponge with a little bit of brown ink on it to like ink up the edges of some of your little pots and things. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that real fast, because I want to keep it just a little bit interesting. And so when you do that, it just kind of makes it look kind of dirty or kind of old. It's kind of hard to see, I know, because it's like this super tiny little baby thing. Okay. Oh, and I wanted to do a cactus. Of course, to do a cactus, I'm just going to do kind of a large bloop and kind of a small bloop. And you can always go back in with like pens and gel pens and kind of add like texture onto your plants and stuff. Like, it's just getting like the basic shape kind of down. So my cactus shape here. Ooh, nice. Turned out quite well. I like that. And we're going to put the cactus. Should we put it on a shelf, or should we put it on the floor? Oh, we're going to put it on this shelf right here. Right near this cat. Alright. Okay, so I think I'm going to do one more plant. I want to do kind of a green plant. Okay. Oh, did I just say a green plant? Oh my gosh. I want to do a dark green one. That's what I was going to say. Okay. Sorry, fussy cutting, the tiny little cutting, is the part that takes the longest. Okay, so now I'm going to glue these little pieces on. Now, this did not turn out really very good, so what I'm going to do is all the little scrap pieces that I cut out, I'm going to glue back in, and so then that way it's going to, one, make my plant look a little bit more full, but also I'm going to use up my little scraps, because they're the same color and the same shape anyway. Might as well, and it will give it some dimension here. Okay. All right, so now we have our plant looking a little Well, you know what? It doesn't really matter if it looks a little goofy because it's a plant. Okay, so now we're going to lay that down here. And now I can go back in. I'm going to glue down all my little kitties. All right. Maybe you have other ideas about other things you want to add in. So you can kind of, you know, you have paper, you know, kind of, you can be creative and kind of do what you would like. All right, and I'm going to go back in also and add a little bit of texture onto this cactus here. Also, you will notice that the little black cats that I gave you in here are fuzzy because they are cut out of black suede paper, which I love. Suede paper is really fun. Oh, I want this little kitty to kind of be attacking that kitty. Yes, I'm instigating a fight. That's right. Ha. Okay. All right, and that was a little kitty up here laying. Oh my gosh, this turned out so cute. I love taking a piece of paper with like a design on it and then getting inspired to do something, you know, that's like the same kind of idea, the same kind of theme, but maybe is like a little bit more me, a little bit more Ellie. Okay, and then to add the texture onto the little cactus, I just did two tiny little, or not two, I did a series of tiny little X's across the whole little cactus shape. Oh my gosh, that turned out so cute. And the little plants are kind of textured because the little paper's all sticking up still. How fun is that? What a cute and freaking adorable card. Oh my gosh, that was really fun to make. Okay, so then the craft for today doesn't necessarily have to do with cats. If you saved any of your cats, you can stick them in what we're going to create. I didn't save any of my cats, so you can actually, maybe we'll give you some extra cats. I'm going to take some extra out right now so we can add cats to this next little project. Okay. So now we're going to go on to the next thing. Put my ink and pencils in here. And put my scripts here. Alright. Okay, so now we are going to go to these. So you should have 5 little circles here, and they have a score line, which is a fold line right in the middle. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. So you're going to go ahead and fold those. You're going to fold them all in half, right along that score line. And then, hopefully you have your hot glue gun already plugged in. I do, because I already knew I was going to. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this together, because we're going to be, oh, not quite yet actually. So we're going to be making a hot air balloon. And so with one of my folded pieces, I'm going to actually kind of do this kind of a shape, this kind of hot air balloon kind of shape, okay? All right, and I did fold it in half, so I did it on both sides so that they're even, all right? Because we're making a little hot air balloon in case you didn't figure that out. So now I'm going to line this up with my other piece and then use that as a guide so that all of my hot air balloon shapes are going to be the same, all right? And if you didn't do this right, you will know because it won't match up at the end, and you can always trim them down. Just do one at a time. You don't need to do them all at once. All right. 1, 2. We have 2 more here. And if you're wondering where this colors came from, I chose the colors that were from the front of the card, this card, because I thought that maybe the crafts might go nicely together. And if we add cats to both of our things, then we can do kitties on the hot air balloon too, like they're riding it. I don't know, maybe you're not as into kitties as I am, but I thought that'd be kind of fun. Okay, so I'm going to add hot glue right here, all the way across. And then I'm going to stick my pieces on like this, and then matching up with the edge with my fold line. That's what's most important, that this right here is flat. Okay, when you look across it, it should be flat. All right, so now we're going to do one by one. So I'm going to glue it now. I'm just putting glue on one of the petals, one of the sides. And again, matching this up, and it's most important that we're matching the fold lines up in the middle. You're going to want to work very quickly because hot glue dries very fast. Okay. So we're just going to do one petal at a time, so only on the red here. Again, we're just matching it up at the folds. And while we're doing this, I'm holding these all together here so that I can hold those nice and flat as the glue is drying. All right. I'm going to do my next one. So I have it on just my white one there, and I'm going to line this up here again with my folds. Okay, so once you have all of those, now not the last one quite yet, you should be able to fold it and you should get this. Oh, look how fun and cute that is. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Okay, so now you have your little string here, your little iridescent string. So I'm going to tie a loop in it. So I'm going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. Okay. So actually, I think what I want to do here is I'm actually going at the top, I'm going to tie. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do just a small piece here, just enough to make a little loop at the top. And this is going to be for hanging it up. Alright. Now here I'm going to open this up, that little spot that we didn't glue down quite yet. I'm going to put some glue right here in the middle here. Then I'm going to put my string here with my little looper guy pretty far up so that I have plenty of room to hang him. Alright, then I'm going to put some more glue on the gray one here. And then we're going to fold this over. Alright. Okay, so that should be all nice and tight and matched up. And so then when it spins, you get that. Okay, and you might want to trim your little tail piece from your little loop guy. Okay, so now the bottom. Alright, so we're going to do a little hot air balloon guy. So we're going to make the little basket now, and so I'm going to actually curve this around, and I'm going to trim this so that my basket doesn't need to be very big. Okay, so you're going to just make a little circle like this. I'm going to use hot glue and glue that down. Alright, and then I'm going to trim this in half, and then we're going to wrap the kind of curl like this, and then we're going to glue this inside so that the basket is like kind of closed like that. And if you wanted, you can do little kind of hash marks to make it kind of look kind of basket-y, if you would like. So these kind of marks. On the bottom too. Alright. So I'm going to do hot glue on two sides, here and here. And I'm going to go ahead and just tuck that in. I'm going to fold that in, making sure not to burn myself. And then like this. And I'm going to kind of flatten that like that so that my basket kind of stays a little more flat. Alright, so now I got to figure out how I'm going to do here about my basket because I accidentally did this not the way I was planning to. But I think I have just figured out a plan here. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we have your string kind of hanging down like so. So you're going to string the string down through, and you're going to go through the little crevice here, okay? You're going to go down and around. You're going to go under it, and then back up through the bottom on the through the other little crevice there, okay? Alright, so that's what we're going to do. And then this is going to come up